Hey, how you doing? Pat here. Do you want to see how I went about putting that headlight protector on? Well, stick around, stay tuned, and you're going to see how difficult I can make this look. But pro tip, I was able to take the headlight out without removing all this fairing, but I couldn't get it to go back in without removing all the fairing. So save yourself some time. It took me less time and headache to go ahead and remove all this than the time I wasted trying to not remove all this. So I hope that helps a little bit. All right, let me show you how I did this. Even though I didn't get the really fancy headlight on the 2023, which was kind of a bummer, but on the other hand, I don't do a ton of night riding. I still want to protect this headlight because it's still stupid expensive, well over $1,000. So I bought the at least as far as I'm aware, a new style of headlight guard instead of just a mesh screen like I had on my other bike. I know it's kind of big and, brutally honest, not overly attractive, but here's what I got with it, and I've already done a little pre-assembly. I've put the pegs on. They're literally just finger tight right now. I think I've done it right, is I had to slip these bushings into the hole with the thin side towards the back. I've got these and these. I'm fairly certain these go in here and in here maybe. I don't know. We will see because I got no instructions on how to install this. Kind of trying to figure out as I go. All right, this is one thing I'm 99% certain I have figured out is those will go in the end like that, and you can just wet them a little bit and they slide right in. Because I think I figured out where these go, but that's going to require quite a lot of disassembly. Now the question with these, I think I know where these are going to go. I'm just not certain if the grommet goes in here or here yet. I still have to figure that out. And it comes with new screws also. All right, I think I figured out how these go together. Is this grommet will go into here and it seats like that, and you do the same thing for the other one because I believe these go to the top of the light fixture, and I will show you that just here in a second. All right, you can see I've kind of got this one dry fitted. That's what the longer screw is for. It is a T25. Like I say in most of my how-to videos, hold on to all this hardware, label it so you have future access to it in case you ever need it. All right, that's just, you know, snug. But now that I've done that, again, I have absolutely nothing tight yet. These will fit into there. And obviously I won't tighten those until everything else is done. So you see that's how it is going to look when it's all said and done. Okay, the hard part I think is going to be showing you this. If you can see that bushing up in there, I believe this is going to have to replace that, so you have these stanchions sticking out on each side here, and that's what that's going to do. But right now, I don't have a clue how to take that out. I am going to have to do a little bit of figuring. I mean, it looks like it just slides in there, but obviously it's probably bolted up here somewhere. And once I figure it out and start tearing stuff apart, I'll come back and get with you. All right, it looks like I'm gonna have to take this screw out and this screw down here out on both sides to get this off. At some point, I've got to be able to take this headlight and get it up out of the way. All right, got the screws out. And that is out of the way. Now, what do I have to do next? I am not sure. I hope I'm getting this on camera, but that piece right there, there's like a little E-clip, for lack of a better term, that has to come off. There's one on both sides, and that is what's holding the bottom side of the headlight assembly. There we go. If that'll come in. And then go do the other side, and we'll figure out what's next. Again, not sure if this is going to show up, but that clip is up behind this piece here. That's what I get for trying to take things apart without taking everything apart. You're going to need a T30 by the looks of things. Yeah, that doesn't have much torque on it. There you have it. Just a bolt and a washer. Okay, I should have filmed that. Sorry for the bad camera work here, but it literally just pulls out of those rubber grommets that I just showed you. And I'm thinking I installed the rubber grommets wrong. I don't know, we'll see. Okay, I really couldn't film this very well, but it's best if you take the headlight out. You've got this tab. I was able just to push in the top, and then it came out pretty easy. Okay, these grommets have to come out. These pieces, I know it's the same piece, but we'll go back in like that. The headlight will go back through it, and that's how you get the front one. Now, let's see what I gotta do to install these. It looks like this piece is in the way, so I probably should have torn all this apart. By the looks of things, I may have to still. Bummer. All right, when you install the rubber grommets, make sure the thin side is up. You want the thick side towards the bottom open here. You can easily work the rubber grommets out, but I failed to mention this earlier. There is a metal piece on the bottom. You do need to reuse that, this little washer, so don't lose it. So if this were still installed, it would be sitting here like that with the metal washer towards the bottom of the bike. All right, trying to figure out which part goes where. So, seeing how all that goes together, something like that. It sure appears like the notch goes over here on the left, the bike's right side. I know it's not going to show up through the glass. What if I put some light on the subject here? Yeah, that might help. It looks like everybody's going to line up okay, I think. And if not, I will come back with a correction. Actually, that's how you want to do it. You play your guitar on the MTV. I'd love for you to be able to see what I'm doing. There, it is now in place. All right, and there's tons of slop, but I'm sure that's all taken care of when you put the light back in. All right, I'm thinking I'm gonna have to take this side off because I cannot get the right side clip back on this light, and I've tried everything I can come up with. I guess I'm gonna try to take this side off. Probably not gonna film it, but if you go to a Bike Things YouTube channel, he shows you how to take all this stuff off, screw by screw, and what screw goes where. Way better job than what I'm able to do. All right, as you can see, I have the side panels off, and there's not gonna be any way for me to film myself doing this, but up in there is what I'm trying to get to. And hopefully this is going to give me enough room to finally get to it enough to put that little clip back on. The other side is a piece of cake. This side has been a nightmare. I've wasted more time trying to put it on than if I'd have just taken all these side panels off. Well, if what I think is right, I can now take these two screws out and get this out of the way and hopefully have access. Okay, that's a really long screw with a not really a shoulder, but a bare spot, because it's super important you pay attention to what screw goes where. That's another good reason to watch a bike thing video, but he doesn't show this being removed. So it's nice to know about that. Okay, I really couldn't film this because my head kept getting away, but hopefully you'll see it now. You've got these 2 grommets and these 3 rectangular holes. That's what holds this on once you take these 2 side screws out. And let me bring you into the bike to show you better where it is. Okay, you see where I've got the light? You've got this post here, these 3 tabs there, and then this post. That's what holds that on. Now, if you look, I have access to that thing that's been driving me frickin' nuts. So my 2 cents is, even though I could take it apart without doing this, I could not get it to go back together without doing this. You might as well save yourself some headache and go ahead and take it apart so you can get to this point. Because let me hold the light here, because I'm not going to be able to film this due to lack of light. But see, I can get my hands in here now and actually work on that clip. And I have relatively small hands for, you know, an adult male in the United States. All right, I'll be back after a bit. All right, you can see I got the metal washer in and the clip, and it will make a satisfying click when you hit it in all the way. Now this is a side that's really easy to do with everything completely assembled, and the only reason this side isn't is because this right here is completely in the way. Okay, I have it completely installed. I have all my fairings back on now. Everything's lined up. Go ahead and start snugging these bolts up and get them tight. And if you notice, I never talked about torque in the video. The main reason why, I have no idea what the proper torque's supposed to be. I didn't bother to look any of it up. I just used the tried and true. Yeah, that feels about right method. So if you need to know torques, you'll have to look them up. All right, I hope you got a little bit of something out of that video. If you would, give me a thumbs up. If you haven't already, mash that subscribe button. And I hope the how I did it video will help you put this on and you won't make all the same mistakes I made, and your install will go a whole lot easier. All right, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.